Longer. Right, it's coming up. Longer. Okay, we're streaming. Good
All
morning,
right.
everybody. Good morning, everybody. Go
Good
ahead.
morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you. It was a fun week in California, a long 7 days, but it was a lot of fun too. And we had, oh my gosh, so many great events back to back to back to back to back. But here's the thing with events. With events, you're doing that same process like right in front of people, right? You've invited them, they showed up, you do a presentation, and then what do you still have to do? Follow up, close the deal, right? Close the deal. So today, and I just put this in the chat, I said, good morning. We're talking about closing today. How do you close the sale slash order? So I want you guys to think about some of your best phrases, some of your best tactics, some of your best moves that you feel works every single time and put them in the chat for me real quick. Okay. So if you've got a closing phrase, a way that you always follow up that 90% of the time it works. I want to see what's working for you guys. I know you're like, oh my gosh, this is an interactive event today. Yes, it is. Okay. And I know you guys have some exciting closing phrases. So happy Monday. We are going to be talking about how to close the deal. Now, I know what we have, and I know what George and I've used for years and years and years, and it's in our system. It's in our system. And maybe you guys are using those scripts to close, and you're using the verbiage that's in them. But there's a few transition lines. Oh, Janet, way to go. Janet says, what did you like best? That's a perfect closing question. What else, guys? What else do you got for me? Come on, let's go. I know. All right, let's see. Anybody else? What did you like best? That's our best move so far. Come on, Freda. I know you've got something. Come on, Cindy. Come on, Nicole. Come on, Kenyon. Come on, Kim DiRienzo. I see you. Okay. Let's get started. What else do you like? What else? Are you ready to get started or do you need to see it again? Perfect, Kevin. Snaps. Is there any reason why you wouldn't or couldn't get started today? Great, Maria. Is there anything you think will be, now you guys are on fire. Look at you go. Is there anything you think will be helpful to you or anyone you know? Yes. Where would you like to start today? Yes, Mike and Robin. Okay, Shannon, any reason you can't get started right now? Perfect. Wise people always make wise decisions. What's your decision? Oh, I wouldn't even know what to say. If Freda said that to me, I'd just give her my credit card. All right. I would love to help you open your account. Yes, let's go. Could you see yourself sharing this with other people? Yay! Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so this gets me excited, if you can't tell, because it tells me, okay, oh, when can we get this started? Yes, when can we get this started for you? Sometimes I'll even say something like, it takes 3 to 5 business days for your products to ship. When do you want your products to arrive? Ooh, right? Let's get going. Okay, so when can we get this started? I love it. You guys did such a good job. It's no wonder that you are the fastest growing team in three. Remember? We're the fastest growing team in three. And the reason that is we have systems. George, give me your credit card. It kind of works though. It's true. Like if you have friends, like when you're doing a launch, like you're like, okay, I've got 90 days till the end of the quarter. And that's exactly what we basically have. Okay. So you got 90 days till the end of the quarter. And oh, I like that, Mike and Robin. What if anything is holding you back from starting today? When you're calling people about the business, your business is first and your product is the product, okay? But your business is also the product, and you're connecting in that way and you are inviting people to partner with you in business. Absolutely, George, you should say, just, I'm doing this as a business. I want you a part of it. Give me your credit card. Let's get going. Let's get you a position. I know what I'm capable of. Posturing. So, you guys, I would say 99% of the close is your posturing. It's you standing in the energy of, I know what's best. I'm the expert here. I'm the leader here. I'm excited. We're going to get you started appropriately. They have a trust and rapport with you at this point because they can see that you are trustworthy. Are you putting out the trustworthy vibe? Yes? Two hands up if you feel like you put out the trustworthy vibe. The only way that you couldn't, my friends, the only way that you couldn't is if you weren't standing in your authenticity. If there was something inside of you that was still doubting this opportunity in some way. Now, we did beliefs, I think like 2 weeks ago, right? We talked about being a 10 out of 10 in each of those areas. And some of you might not have been a 10 out of 10. So you want to identify which of those areas you weren't a 10 out of 10 yet and ask yourself, how can I improve so that I come across trustworthy? Because you are trustworthy, but your belief gets to be the thing that drives that trust. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me? Yeah. Okay. So when we talk about closing the deal, closing the sale, closing or opening the account, okay? Really what we're doing is we want to be partnering with that person in a way that they're ready to work, right? How do we make money in this business? There's only two ways. Does anyone know? What are the two ways that we earn income in this business? What, Lynn, you're talking, but you're muted. Unmute yourself. Come on, Lynn. Let's hear it.
Motivate people to do 3, 3, 3.
Okay. Yeah, 3 and 3. Okay, you make money doing that?
Onboard them. Yes, absolutely.
You get paid to do that.
Yes.
Okay. So kind of, Lynn.
Well,
you're saying the how to, but I'm asking for the literal sense that there's only two ways. So here, you're doing great, Lynn. That was a perfect answer normally, but I'm asking for something quite literally. The only two ways are
cycling.
And how else?
What?
There's cycling. You've got to cycle in this business, and anyone know how else?
Recruiting.
Right. Woo! Okay, snaps. All right. So here's the thing. So we get paid when a customer comes on board or when a team member brings somebody on board. Yes?
Right,
okay.
right.
And then what the result of that is, yes, it's cycling, it's recruiting, it's building a team. Moving people, moving customers, moving products. You all are right. Everyone is right here. Okay. We're all right. Okay. That's what makes you guys leaders on this call. You're all right. So is there only one way to skin this cat? No, there's like 1,000,005 ways, which is sometimes why I think when we first get started, we see the 5-point recruiting system, we see the tracker forms, we see the path forward, we see the enrollment form, we do the presentations, all that stuff. And then sometimes we still question, am I doing this right? So sometimes when we go to close, if there is even a shred of doubt, it's like you're wondering, did I do this right? Is this right? Did they pick the right pack for them? Oh, I wish that they would do pro collection pack, but they're not. Is that still right? I wish that they would come on board with the intent to recruit 3 people right off the bat, but they're not saying that to me yet. Is this still right? Right? There's this sort of form of self-doubt that can take place in between the yes and the onboarding. Okay. And so what we want to do is get really clear today that when you close, every way path is forward. If you have the order form filled out with all their info on the credit card and your opening account, you did it. Okay. If they're refusing to jump on the morning calls, if they're refusing to plug in, is that your fault? No. Are you intentionally inviting them to onboard? Yes. Are you intentionally inviting them to participate? Yes. Are you intentionally inviting them to recruit? Yes. Those are the 3 guarantees. Those are the 3 things. As long as you're reaching out and you're continuing to include them and bring them on, you're making a difference. Okay. Outside of that, you onboard them. How many of you guys, and is there anyone on here? I did this. I was a really good product user for 18 months and I showed up to some things, but I still wasn't really recruiting. Did anyone here do that? Sky did that. Okay. We had some people that did that, right? But look where you are now. Do you see? Look where you are now. So Shannon did that too. A lot of us, 90% of the time when we go to do the close, we're like, oh, if she would be so good if she just like plugged in, right? Or he would be so good if he would just show up to the meeting. He would be so good if he gave us an hour each week of his time. So one of the things that I love the most about this business is that when you are in a leading space and you're consistently closing the deal, there is some TLC that takes place when you're with your brand new person, showing them how to close the deal. So don't ever assume because Craig just came on board and Tony just did an event that they know how to actually close the deal. Like Caroline, I don't think she's on here today because she's flying, but when we did this event and 44 people showed up and we had a form, a list that was filled out and there was only 22 names on there, and I asked for the fullness of the roster, she's like, oh my gosh, I got to call Barbara. Yep, we got to call Barbara. We got to make sure we get all of those names. Don't do an event and not call all those people back.
Exactly.
Okay. Do not do an event. Do not put in protein. Exactly. Do not do an event and not call those people back. Okay. That's unprofessional of you. And there's no amateurs here. You guys are all professionals. Okay. So we're reaching out. We're a brand ambassador. We're putting on the brand ambassador name. So the closing aspect of this, you reaching out and saying, hey, I know that we're really interested in that kinetic product that we had at the booth that day. I would love to send you some additional pieces of information and invite you onto a one-on-one Zoom. Do you have 30 minutes this week? Okay, that's a part of that closing process that has to take place before you can ask those initial questions of, hey, do you feel like you have enough information to get started today? Right? Okay, so the reason that we're going through closing kind of hardcore today is because closing is also the follow-up. Closing is part of that. They're two separate actions, but they're a part of the same animal, which is follow-up and closing. You cannot gain a new member. You do not earn income in this business without closing and without follow-up and closing, right? That's why they always say the fortune is in the follow-up. So I can't not address closing, the actual closing part of this, without saying the fortune is in the follow-up. Are you with me? Okay, so we must follow up. So you guys have a list. Where's my list? I have like 3 lists going. I have my level up list that we did last week. I have my tracker form 30, which basically are the same. I've got 2 here going on. I have a list that's somewhere in my purse because I met people out on the road. Okay, so I'm just saying, like, this sometimes feels like this. Some of you guys are much more organized than I am, but sometimes it feels like this. I have a whole whiteboard of names over here too. All right. And so as I'm looking at those names, I have to go back and I have to see what was the last thing that was said, especially if you guys are working social media. Anyone here working leads on social media? Remember how we used to do, it's been a while since I've done a social media Saturday where it's like a working call where you go in and you connect with people and you start chatting with them and start those conversations. All right. But that's the whole point of this. So all of these lists of names on here, if they haven't been touched on or they haven't been contacted, texted, voice messaged, or called once a week, I'm not doing my job yet. Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, Adrianne is so annoying. She is pushing people over the edge. How dare she call Fotine once a week when Fotine said, no, I'm not interested right now. So let me just give you a good idea. When I've attempted to do the close, when I've asked those questions that we hit right off the bat, I know you guys know them. You guys put out like 20 questions that you ask to help close people right away. 90% of the time you get the close. What do you do with the 10% that don't say yes right away? This is what I'm talking about. Okay. The fortune is in the follow-up. So you're going to go back. Everybody on this names list gets a reach out once a week, whether it's on social media, phone. You want to call them. Obviously, the fastest route to success is to do calling, to call them, attempt to call. You can also call people on Facebook, by the way. You can call people on social media, but you want to call them. If they don't answer, what are you going to do? Send a text. Hey, I was just checking in on you. Just wanted to make sure you're having a great week so far. Anything big coming up for you? Did I say anything about 3? No. Hey there. How's your family? How's work going? Right? You guys headed to the beach again this weekend. Last week before September. What are you guys doing? Anything fun for Labor Day? You guys, leaders, when they follow up to close that last 10%, they're following up in a way that is very creative. It's not just like spamming them another link from the app, because we are in the relationship business. So that's why we always say you want to work with people you actually know, like, and trust. If there's a name on your list that you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to work with Trisha, right? Trisha, by the way, told me no. And she was like, this isn't for me. And I could lose my therapy license. And I'm like, Trish, if you only knew. Okay, so I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I'm going to follow up with her again. Hey, you want to meet for coffee? How's everything going? Oh, my business is great. I don't know if you just saw all those crazy reels I put out, but I'm doing great. I'm having a good time. How's your freedom looking? Right? Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? We're in the freedom business. We have to, our goal is we share vision, right? What vision are you casting? Is it that we've got really great products and you can build an incredible residual income? What do you want? What are you looking for? Do you wish you could have taken more family vacations this summer? Right? Do you wish that you could help pay off one of your cars or credit cards? Do you wish that you guys realize how much debt is going on in our country right now due to the rise of inflation? What was it? It was like 83% higher than 10 years ago is the average debt going on. Do you know what I'm saying? With no additional income to pay it off, right? So this is a vehicle for that. People come in, they order products, and you're like, well, Adrianne, they have to spend money to make money. Yeah, and they have to go give time for dollars too. It's the same, right? So you guys cast a big vision when you're doing the follow-up. You know what? It's so funny. Trish, I really saw you in this role. It's okay if you don't yet. But I mean, I'm just telling you right now, I saw, and you tell stories when you follow up. I have this other lady, she's a therapist. Obviously, she didn't lose her license, but she's just promoting the products that she loves, and she's sharing links with people when she can. And it's not like her full-time job, but she's making money. Oh, how is she not doing? Well, she's just doing it. I don't know what she did. I'll have to ask her for you. Would you like to get on a phone call with her? Right? Those stories, the follow-up, stories. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen people like Christine Peterson, you know, Georgia Weiss, Kimberly Starr, you know, all these people, Freda, they'll get on calls and they'll tell stories. Because stories sell, facts tell. You can always send a link when it comes to closing. You can send a link from anywhere, right? Anywhere where you're at, you can be like, oh, she's ready now. Here's the enrollment form. Boop, boop, boop. Fill that out. I'll see you on your first onboarding call. Let's get it scheduled, right? You can always send the facts. Get really good at the storytelling, at the inviting in. Who was I sitting with? Cindy Maddox. Blew my mind. She's had so many years of experience in this business. She does not stop talking. But I love it. Because what's coming out of her mouth, I don't want to stop listening to, because she's consistently sharing a story. We sat on the ground in Santa Barbara and she was sharing stories about the business in front of this cute little yoga instructor, right? And it was great. I didn't have to do it. She did it, you know? So it's a beautiful thing, you guys. All of the stories that you hear, all the stories. Who here's had a success story in this industry here in 3? Who's here? Has any of you guys ever made a paycheck? You made $5, $10, $35, $50. Keep your hand up. $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. Okay, $500 in a month, $500 in a week, $500. Okay, so are people making money in this business? Yes. You're like, oh my gosh, she's yelling at us. Yes, I am. You're making money in this business. You have the ability and the capability to help others do the same. If you've ever made a paycheck, I don't care if it's $35, you know how to make money in this business. You're not closing the deal enough. You're not doing enough follow-up. You're getting hit by the waves of perceived no's and not continuing forward. I'm just being honest with you. You can always count on that. Okay? Freda and Gary, $1,800 in a week. $200 more and you'd be 6 figures. What? Oh my... Okay, sorry. Go ahead. You want to share something real quick, Freda? Oh, your hand was raised. I don't know. I wasn't sure.
Hold on, I had to unmute. Yes. Okay. You know, there is money in the business, guys. Our first 3 weeks in the business, our first week was like 1,600. The next one was like 1,800. And guys, we just didn't stop. We didn't slow down.
Yeah. Why? And why didn't you slow down?
Why? That's a great question. Honestly, to us, it's not all about the money. It's about what the business offers people. How many people last night were sick at their stomach at like 8 o'clock thinking about Monday morning?
Mm.
You know, there's so many people out there that hate what they're doing or losing their jobs. Guys, it's, you know, we're being selfish when we're not sharing. You know, if we're not keying in an app or putting in an order, you know, we're not working the business, quite honestly.
So let me ask you this real quick, Frida. Do you get told no sometimes? Are people like,
Oh my goodness. Yes. I think it was last October. I looked at Gary and I said, if I get one more no, I'm quitting. Of course, I was kidding.
Yeah.
I was kidding. But I went through a whole string of no's, like back to back to back to back. And I said, wait a minute, what's up with this? So I stopped and took a look at me. And it was my vibe. It was me. I wasn't at my best. So what did I do? We took 2 weeks off, took 2 weeks down, regrouped, refueled, and fired again. And here come the yeses. And right now we're on a 90-day run to put in 20 more people. That's our goal right now, and that's what we're doing.
That's beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Because
this business, when you're not, a lot of times, it can take over everything, right? If you let it, because what happens is if you hyper fixate on what you don't have yet, you get more of what you don't have. If you hyper fixate on, I always get a yes, I'm super excited about this, you know, I'm going to regroup, I'm going to pull back. Then all of a sudden, everything energetically comes towards you. It's a form of detachment. So when we are in an energy of seeing the gap, I just did like a snippet on this, a reel about this. When you're in between a gap, okay, you got to reset. Like Freda just said, you reset your goal. Okay, you do something, you change it up, you change the way you're looking at it. It could be the same thing, but you change the way you look at it. Okay, and then you focus on what is 1 or 2 things I can do today towards that goal. It doesn't have to be the whole day. It's what are 1 or 2 things I can do today to recruit 20 people in the next 90 days. What's the one thing? If you had 30 minutes, right? I would call 5 people. And I would leave them messages or whatever if they don't answer their phone right away. I would immediately recruit. That you cannot underestimate the importance of reaching out to 5 people. I'm not kidding. Okay. I mean, just in general, right away. So that is huge, Frida. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing that you took the hits. Like you took the hits and you got a little discouraged and you didn't quit. It's okay to get discouraged, friends. The only way you lose in this business is if you quit, okay? And quitting means you go 3 weeks without contacting people. You're out of business, okay? When you're in business, you're using, right? You're working your names list, okay? So you can quit one day. That Freda didn't quit, by the way. She took a 2-week sabbatical break, okay? Mental break. She didn't quit. She had goals, right? But what I'm saying is if you go too long, then this list feels like a 50-pound weight to try to pick up. Well, I already reached out to her. She said no. She said no. They said they're going to wait. This person's going to wait till September, blah, 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 right? I love that, Janine. When I lost all of my excuses, I found my results. Exactly. Okay. In between that gap, what's one thing I can do today? Okay. Could you follow up with 5 people today and attempt to close again creatively? Please do so. That's your call to action, by the way. Okay. Reach out to 5 people on this names list and say, hey, how's everything going? Anything changed for you? Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. We've got this leadership event coming up. I'm pumped up about it. You want to come? Okay. If you have somebody who's sitting in there that has mega potential and they're like, oh, I'm only earning $35 a week. I don't see myself investing into going to the leadership event. I'm like, girl, you need the leadership event because your mind you're like so ADD, hyper focused on like 500 different things. You're telling me you want to quit your job and only putting in a half hour of 3 a week? Get over yourself. I love you, but get over yourself, right? You're going to pay your dues just like you did in any other business. You're going to pay your dues here. You got to put on your big girl panties. Sorry. Okay. It's time to start again. What are we doing? We're starting again. It's Monday. We're starting again. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right? Did you miss your workout this morning? Go walk for 20 minutes and think about, and just do that intention. Who can I close today? if I were to close somebody today, who should I be reaching out to? And wait for the names. And when the names appear in your head, when you're done with your 20-minute walk, you're going to go and you're going to call those 2 people or 5 people or whatever it is. Okay. All right. But you've got to invest in yourself, invest in yourself, invest in yourself so you can invest in others. The way that you burn out is by not investing in yourself. How do you invest in yourself? Self-care. What does self-care look like for you? 20 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of, maybe even deep breathing, and then just get into it. Don't wait any longer. Not every day is going to be great. George and I, we've been through such hard stuff in our life. We couldn't wait for the rain to stop, for it to stop raining to build a business. No, we've had our backs against the wall more times than I can count. Yes, George? Yes. And we just go. We just go. We rally like a team rallies. That's what George and I do. Okay. That's what your leaders are doing. Always. Right? We just go. We don't wait for the rainy day. So it's important that when it comes to closing, and yes, we're talking about closing today. And if you want more closing scripts, I'll show you where to find them real quick. I'll share with you on our team site. None of this is new. The best part about this business is none of it is new, my friends. Okay. I mean, Cindy Maddox was like, I've been doing this for 20 years. She was sharing information that she learned 20 years ago, and it still was relevant today. So we're going to go to our legacy makers. Oh, let me get the tab. Okay. Our legacy maker. What am I not in Chrome? Okay. I'm like, where are you? All right. So, okay. My internet is a little slow. Did you mean our legacy? Yes. What is that about? Okay. Anyways. Okay. Get started. Oops. Team. Oh, no. Product education. Business training. 5-point recruiting system. What is step 4? Follow up, closing scripts, and overcoming objections. You should have these put to memory by now. Okay. You should have these put to memory. You should be contacting so many people. You're like, I know exactly what to say. Okay, there's 5 questions at the top of this that you should ask everybody. What did you like the most? What are your goals at the moment? What are you currently doing to reach that goal? What are you struggling with the most? Do you feel that you have enough information to get started now? What, if anything, would you want more information on? Okay, and it goes into the product close. Okay, business close. There's a product close and a business close. Don't get too bogged down in it. These transition lines are the best questions you can ask right away. What else? What did you like? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. Overcoming objections. Has anyone here been told no, N-O? Okay, there's 2 types of things. Limiting beliefs about themselves, limiting beliefs about network marketing. You guys, we are in the sales business, and as somebody who's been in sales for over 2 decades now, I'm going to tell you something. People are predictable. They're saying, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, because it's either a limiting belief about themselves and they need encouragement, or it's a limiting belief about this industry. That is it. That is it. Okay. So when you dive into this and it goes through how to get the key objections out of them, is this another pyramid scheme? Right? I don't know what you're talking about. Network marketing is about bringing products and services direct to the consumer. There's nothing illegal about it. Okay. MLMs have a bad reputation. With network marketing, you can start a big business with little investment. Give third-party input like from Rise of the Entrepreneur. Who has said this to you? Is he wealthy? Okay. I've had bad experiences. Have you ever been on a bad date? Did you decide that dating wasn't for you? That's a good one. It's the first time I actually read that one. Okay. If I don't have time for network marketing, I felt the same way when I got started. I was working full-time and working this business part-time. I have worked 2 jobs while building this business, taking care of twins and being a single mom. Don't give me your excuses. You don't have any. You don't. I worked this 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, and did 2 Zoom calls a night. I know you can do this. Okay. All right. If I can show you a way to get some of your time back by leveraging the efforts of others, would you be willing to carve out 7 to 10 hours a week towards this goal? If their goal is to earn $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 a week, 7 to 10 hours a week, that's your full time in this business. That's your full time. I'm telling you, unless you're traveling, that's your full time in this business. And you know what? I want to put it, and then, oh, I see you, Kenny. Let me stop sharing. I want to put this out there to you. Where are you? Where who are you inviting on the Zooms? How many Zooms are you doing a week right now? If you don't have time to go meet your friend and you don't have time to travel or the resources to travel, you should be booking 3 to 5 Zoom calls a week personally. 3 to 5 Zoom calls per week personally. And I don't care if you put them all on one call, but my friends, we're in go time. Q4 has arrived for you. I know that this is really the end of Q3, but Q4 has arrived. If Q3 is ending, Q4 has arrived. What new leaders or existing leaders are you going to rise up this last quarter? I put a whole reel out about this today. I am going to be your best partner, your best business partner, or the person that's pushed you harder than you'll ever be pushed before. I know this about myself. Ask George. Okay? I don't mean to. Ask Shannon. I remember we pushed Shannon to 3-star and I said, Shannon, are you crying yet? She said, not yet, but then she was crying, okay? And not because she was sad, because she was happy she put the work and the time in. But I promise you, put me on calls with you. Let's get to work. I want to see these 3 ways. Brooke Hacker, thank you for reaching out to me. No, I have not reached out to Ashley yet. I will. But I want to do it with you because I want you learning. Okay. So when I say connect me with somebody, let's get me in a 3-way text. Get us on a 3-way Zoom. Put George in, tag Christine in, tag your leadership in. But your personal focus, 3 to 5 Zoom calls a week right now. Okay. Where is the best Zoom training? Know how to come to a Zoom call, but not know how to initiate my own. Yes, exactly. Okay. Well, first of all, Kevin, you don't have to, because you can book it out on the team website. If you can book it on the calendar and leave a good note, then we can do that. Real quick, Kenyon, I see your hands up. Go ahead. Oh,
So
there it goes. Okay.
I'm having few issues, but the issue is people want to sign up, but they always say, I don't have the money. And then they come in, they pay the $30, and then they only buy 1 or 2 products.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to get them to understand the importance of getting qualified with the 100 points at the beginning, coming in with a pack.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said earlier, people are in debt. They don't have the money. They want to do this, but how do we get people to understand the importance on getting their 100 points, getting qualified, be a QBA, and then getting to get the pack? Because when you sign somebody up without a pack and without getting their points, the next person they sign up, they probably should have just been a customer instead
Yes.
of a. But it's like, but you want to save them money to be a brand ambassador because you want. So what would you do about that? Because I'm guarantee you everybody on here is having that same issue.
Well, not everybody, but I know that people are, and here's why, because our comp plan is a hybrid comp plan. We offer the customer program up front, and then we also have the packs. So the reason they're not doing the packs is there's not enough value placed on partnering with you in the business, and there's more value placed on them starting on what products they see best for them. So yes, you're actually, Kenyon, don't second guess yourself. You're doing it right. Okay, so what happens if somebody comes in as a customer and they're refusing, they only want to pay the $30 plus 2 products? Your goal then becomes getting them plugged in so they see bigger and greater potential and value on building a list of names, getting to work, and upgrading to a pack. Okay. Now, I cannot do it the other way around, because the reason I say that is because if there was more value placed on the partnership and that they've got to come in, and you did a lot of, I hate to say the word, no, I don't want to say that word. I don't want to say the word hype. You did a lot of focus on partnering in the business, then they would see more value on the product. So just because you explain the product packs really well, and you're explaining, because Kenny and I know you explain the business and the product packs like no tomorrow, but it's not always going to be about the logistical part for them. They want to know what they're getting from you. They want to know, are you and George going to be doing events in St. George? Can I plug into this? If I give you a list of names, are you going to help me contact those people? If I go all in, if I purchase a product pack, what am I getting from you? So go that next level. And I thank you, George, for raising your hand. I know that you know the answer to switching this conversation from just becoming a customer with a few products to going in with a pack. Oh, are you going, George?
Yes. I just want to say something. We live in the richest country in the world. You go to a country where people average income is $200 and they find a way to get into it. It's what Adrian said. It's funny. The same people say don't have money in the summertime say, where are they? Oh, they went on vacation. They spend thousands of dollars on vacation. It's for me when somebody tells me that don't have the money, it's BS. They don't have the priority because the car breaks down and they are going to find the money if it's $500 or $1,000. And let me tell you why. In 1991 or 92, it's the first time that I got into network marketing. What was the biggest excuse in 1991, 1992? I don't have the money. And by the way, at the time, for those of you that were in network marketing in the past, you were getting into the business with $3, $5, $6, $10,000. Do you remember that? Mary
Yeah,
Kay,
the other thing,
Christine.
oh, sorry.
We are talking 30 years ago. So when somebody come to me and say they don't have the money, they have not seen the value. As simple
Yeah.
as that.
George, this is Cindy.
Yes.
And I want to just say something really quick. And this is when you just said what you said. When we came in, sometimes a lot of us were investing $3, $5, $10,000. Some were investing more than that. And one of the things that I used to do when I would get to a meeting and somebody would sit at a round table and they, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I said, oh my God, I have a brand new Mercedes sitting out in the front. And the first person that can come up with $3,000 gets it. You want to see who fell over each other, trying to see who was going to go look and see if there was really a car out there? I said, if you thought about that, and I said that the first person that could come up with that money would get that brand new Mercedes, how many of you guys sitting at this table right now could come up with that money? And they'd all look at each other. Well, I could borrow it from my mom. I could probably get a loan, or I probably have a little bit in savings. It was amazing how fast, when you took something away, how fast they could come up with that money.
You know what else I thought was interesting too? Okay, like, so I just was talking to this woman and she was telling me a coaching program. Okay. And the coaching was either $3,000 for 3 months that you could pay monthly or $2,500 all at once. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't, let me see. And then she goes, what you get for that is da 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 da. Does that make sense? So I want you to think, and I didn't do it, but what I want you to think is this: when you're looking at the Pro Collection pack and you're doing a presentation and you're saying this is the one time you're going to be able to purchase this pack in this way on that first order, placing it on the value on that first order. These packs are here because you save money. You're getting the most amount of products for the least amount of money up front if you purchase in a pack. If you purchase a la carte, you're going to spend more money. You may not spend as much, but you're going to do it. And I always take it away. I'm like, I don't care what you do. I just want you to understand what you're missing out on if you don't. Okay. So going into the 2,800, that's why that value scale's on there with the Pro Collection pack, where it shows that they're getting $2,200 in savings and all that stuff, right? Are you with me? So you want to take them from the top dollar to the savings on that. And what are they getting for it? What do they get? What do they get? Does anyone here sell me on the $2,800 Pro Collection pack right now? What do you get? What's the value?
Yeah,
11 months of auto ship.
Get what? 11 months of smart ship. What else?
you save about, I can't remember exactly the amount, but you save, I think it's like 400 or 450 on the products if you go up front. You save on shipping. You save on taxes. I don't know about taxes. You save on shipping.
Okay, and then there's this really one. So I just wrote those out. Okay, the really big one is this.
I would like
740 CV.
Oh, yeah, and 40 CV. You guys, so you all know the logistics, the reasons why that's the best pack for them. Yes. Okay. This next piece goes like this, and you get the team, and I'm going to work with you. And you bring on 8 people with that same pack, we're going to get to your ROI. And we're building a big business. And let's go. Who do you know? Who do you know that could do the same? Bring me your names list. We will do 7 practice Zooms together. I want to meet with 7 of your best people right away. George actually put that in the chat.
Yes.
When we talk about doing Zooms, I want to meet with your 7 best people right away because we need to get that ROI going. We are in a business. You buy this pack, you're in a business. You partnering with me and my team. Go ahead, George.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead, Mary.
You know, okay, everybody here has heard of Tony Robbins, right? So I have one of my clients, she's got a huge, very successful spa in Miami Beach. And she's in 3 too, but she did the whole Tony Robbins that he came to West Palm Beach not too long ago. You guys, it was a week of whatever education. She did not work. She had to stop working because it was like from 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. or something like that. She spent close to $10,000 on it. $10,000. It's motivation, sure. He's amazing, amazing. Here, you have this business. All we're asking for is get the products so you consume them, and then you're getting all this training daily. You don't have to miss your work. On the contrary, you know, you keep working and you're building a business. So you don't have to like skip out on your actual job that you have. And on top of that, you're building your side business that's going to become really big. So imagine that. People are spending that money to do that, to go to this Tony Robbins or like all these other motivators. And they're not getting anything really back. And many people, because we were talking about that, will go and, oh, this hype, blah, 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 and they don't do anything after.
So yeah, I love that you shared that. Yeah, thank you. Okay, George, go ahead. And then Shannon.
Yeah, to continue what I was saying, it's very important that the value. Where can you get with less than $3,000 in the business where you can create an income that can be 50,000, 100,000 a year or more for the rest of your life? That's what I am offering. And we are offering the team, the tools, the support. How much you have to spend on a franchise to get the same income?
Yeah.
And we are offering now. And why now? Because today is the best the best time to plant a tree. Maybe it was yesterday, but the second best time is today, not tomorrow. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. It's why you have to find out about the dreams of the person. If money and time were not a challenge and you have all the energy, what would you do? Well, that can start today. Maybe you're not going to have the dream vacation today, but start today for less than $3,000. And on top of that, you're going to have amazing health. Anyway,
just do us a favor. Okay, once you know what they want, once you sell them on the team, the systems, the being plugged in, the starting a business, the getting the ROI, all of that, do not leave them alone. Okay, you lock arms with them. Don't take a $2,800 order and not call them the next day. Be the leader that you promised. Get them plugged in to the team. You've got to be on this call. And if not, you've got to catch the recording. You've got to make sure that, you guys, the whole reason we even have a secondary team website apart from 3, do we need it? No. Do we have it? Yes. Okay. It's to show the systems that are in place that people can plug into right away. It's us being organized together. It's us being professional. It's us teaching the ways we know to recruit. Do your people know where to find that? Do they know how to plug in? If they couldn't get a hold of you, would they know how to book on the Zooms, on the calendar? I'm going to show that in a second, Kevin. I didn't forget about you. Okay, and then Shannon, go ahead.
I think it's so amazing, Adrianne. I get so excited when I hear you speak because just knowing like we have to see what's in it for them, right? And sometimes I think it gets a little lost. Like we are their business partner. And you got to jump in. Let's go, right? Let's go. And I don't know, you bring so much amazing energy. I don't even think you realize how amazing it is. So I think that is a key thing. Like we're going to partner with you. Because people do not get support in the real business world.
No,
they
don't. So, they don't get somebody to handhold them. Even when I was training sales teams of people to move radiators and AC parts, I was like a beast. I had the best teams because I was always giving them the why and the how to, and I never give up on people. I promise I never give up on people. I don't. Like if they're giving me 100%, they get 110. If they're giving me 90, they're getting 90.
The graphic of the kinetic.
Right? So you got to know that.
Make the QR code.
They put in. So I'm going to mute her real quick. Okay. I want you to, everyone read the last statement that George put in there. And George, will you read that really loud? Because this changed my business when I started asking this question at the end of every event. I handed him an enrollment form and I asked that question. Yes, Craig, our company was bought out by 1-800-Radiator. I was their top sales associate. Woo-hoo! Okay.
Yeah, if time and money were not a challenge and you have all the energy to enjoy it, What would you do? That's a question that I ask people, and then you see people get excited, and you tell them, well, what would you try? What would you buy? And doing what you are doing now, how long will it take you to do that? By the way, we do the training with that in the past. If I can show you a way, or if this business can help you to get the energy, the time, and the money to do all the things, are you ready to start now? We have to give priority, because the money, by the way, is for me is an excuse. I sold my microwave, my TV, and I borrowed money from my first distributor. That was my boss, by the way, in 1992 to start a business, because I saw the value. And again, in 1992, the excuse that I hear today was the same excuse. Most people don't have money. That's not true. Sorry, it's not.
They find the money.
People had the money when they needed. Oh, but I don't have money. And then you find out that they went on vacation to Disney World with the whole family. I don't have money, and they find that they bought a new car. I don't have money, and they're buying from Amazon. Every week you find something Amazon on the door. I don't have money, and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, I don't have money for the thing that I'm not interested into. That's basically what they're saying.
So, George, you're right, always. I know. Did you just love that I said that to you after all these years? You're always right.
No, it's only 99.9% of the time.
This is recorded.
Okay. All right. You're always right when it comes to network marketing. Okay. So listen, this is where you can book a Zoom with us. It's this one. It's this virtual launch. It's 45 minutes back to back. There's 15 minutes in between. So if you wonder why you can't find an appointment, it's because I need 15 minutes to go to the bathroom and regroup for the next call. Okay. So, but you can go in there and you can plug these in. You can plug these Zooms in. So I'm going to put this back over here for you. And then there's one more thing. And here's where it is. Kevin, I want you to go to YouTube University. And I want you to plug into YouTube how to host an effective Zoom with a PowerPoint. Okay. Oops, that's I think it'll be. But come in here and find the most watched. Where is it? Most watched, 1 million views. How to properly present PowerPoint slides in Zoom. I want you to educate yourself on that. Okay. I'll copy that one too. Hold on. Let me stop share real quick. And then Kenyon, go ahead. Oops, my computer's just slow. Okay.
So I like what I said. I didn't want to, I started a whole conversation about people saying they don't have the money. I understand that. I think one of the problems we have is we talk about the product so much and not the business.
Hi, everyone.
We go over the products and how good they are. I think people say, well, I want to try the product. And that's this is going on with my downline in my team, on my team, that they're signing people up and signing them up fast, but I think I'm working on how to present to them to say, hey, we need to do this to get them. Because when you do your slides, when they do the presentation over the business when they do it, they always talk about the products, but they don't ever go over the business as much as they should sometimes. I think sometimes I think that determines. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to get on how to work with my team, and this has helped me 100%.
Oh, there you go. I can kind of hear you now. Okay, so what I was going to say is this. With Kenzie and everyone who's building the social media online, I'm watching what she's doing. And her lead in, she's going to gather way more customers than business builders right away. So the goal is we don't want to stop that train because she's doing a really good job with all of her stuff there. But what we need to do is help her plug those people in to transition them into builders. But here's what I always say. If something is working, do we want to stop something that's working? No. So, but what your question is, what you're asking is how can we convert those people, those customers that are ordering 1 or 2 products into business builders? That's a different campaign, right? So, so what I would say is with somebody like Kenzie, who's getting a lot of online leads in that way, she's doing a really, really great job. But it's getting them plugged in and getting them introduced. So is she sending, for example, the welcome letter to talk about the value of SmartShip and loyalty customer rewards? Is she getting them on a Zoom call, a deeper Zoom call right away, right? Where they can learn more about the business and what opportunity is available to them outside of the products. So that's what I would focus on. And anybody who's doing online in that way, or if you're doing an event, I never say no to an order. But I know that if somebody comes in with less than a big pack, just like Kenyon is sharing, I agree with him, then there is more work to be done when it comes to getting them plugged into the systems. Okay, now I'm under
And
business.
yes, and all them points, they are doing the CaloLink. They are following your systems. We are going to do a Zoom with everybody and go over the 5 steps, kind of do a,
Yeah.
yeah, we are working on all that. And that's the thing, we're working on it. I'm just trying to get past that. And I appreciate you saying what you just said about doing that way. We're doing it, and she's doing it. She's getting a lot of customer base, and we are going to switch that over. And I think it's just getting that mindset in the proper perspective too, on
Yeah.
doing things and slowly do
It
things
is.
the way. So thank you very much.
Well, and Kenya, the reason you're running up against that too, and everybody really, is because we're living in a very digital transaction-based world. So they're used to going, well, I don't want that, I just want this, right? So they're used to seeing those options online. You send them a link and they're like, I'm going to order this. Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Well, once you see that customer order come in, it's your job to go in and say, hey, thank you so much for placing that order for a box Kinetic or a box Collagen or whatever. Just so you know, we have 7 incredible products. Here's a welcome letter. I'd love to help you orient yourself for success. When can we book your first onboarding call? And do a Zoom with them one-on-one and show them everything you've got and why it's so important, right? So there's that. Okay, so real quickly, I plugged in here, Kevin.
Thank you.
We do have, thank you for asking that. I do have, excuse me, under the 5-point recruiting system, it's presenting tools. If you come in here, it talks about live presentations you can participate in on the team calendar. Sorry, you guys, I'm flying through this. Pre-recorded presentation, booking your own launch using the virtual launch script, sending the links. You can also send pre-recorded ones if they don't have the time to jump on, but make sure you booked your follow-up before sending the link. The next one is how to do in-person and open house events. You can book it with a mentor using the slides. Okay, you can create a custom invite here. The virtual launch script is right here. There's a guide. This guide is hosting best events. So if you're like, what do I do for in-person events? What do I do for open house events? There's 2 different guides here, just FYI. This one talks about how to host do a pro agenda that way, and the other one talks about it the other way. Okay, I know we cannot go over all of the things I want to go over right now. Like all of a sudden I just went straight into like crazy mode here. I know. I love when Craig laughs and be like, here she goes again. Okay, so listen, over on Friday, somebody asked a question about contacts, uploading the contacts appropriately into your app, right? And I said, I'm going to call the developer, and George and I had a little thing. And you remember that? Okay, so we figured out how to do it. Tomorrow, I think Nilbert's talking tomorrow, or somebody from his team, but let's just put it this way. Well, if you guys want to stay on, I know some of you might need to jump on because we're at the hour mark, but if you want to stay on real quick, I'm going to have George, right, their version at Kenyon, that's right. They don't understand face-to-face. The thing that you can do, the best thing you can do is text them the welcome letter and attempt to get them on a Zoom. Even if you could meet them for a smoothie down the street, just see if they'll jump on a quick Zoom with you so you can show them more. Okay, pee and lip gloss break. Yes, Craig, very good. Okay, all right, listen, real quickly. Wait, George, are you still there? Oh, there he is. Okay, hi. Can you share your screen of what we figured out after we talked to JJ?
Oh, about the, okay.
Yeah, real quick. Because the last thing I want is for everyone to be fired up today and feel like they're not getting a text back about that person because they don't have the contacts done appropriately in the app. So I'm going to have you bring up your app. Okay, so here's what's happening. If you have the app and you're adding and you're uploading all contacts, but you're still not seeing your contacts, you have to clear the cache and then restart the app. So what we figured out is it actually happens within the app, not through the settings on your phone. We thought it was a phone setting. It's not. All right, George is going to show you how. Okay, he is on Facebook right now. Where's your, there you go. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Up. All right. Actually, let me start from the beginning. I was going to start, but anyway. All right, here is your app. When you get in here, you see at the bottom, this is for people that are having a hard time syncing the names into your phone. Here where it says more, you click here, okay? And then it says settings, okay? You click on settings, and then on settings, you go all the way down. And down there's place that say clear cache, or cache, I think that's what they say, a cache. You click there, and then after you click there, you get out of here, and delete the app and reinstall it again. That's it.
And then you re-upload your contacts and they're all there. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
saying
right.
that's the best and fastest way to get the fullest version of your contact list. So if you go into an event and you add like 20 names to your phone, you want to go in, if you're not finding them right away in your 3 app, you got to go to settings, clear cache, and then delete the app, reload it, and then upload your contacts again. Then
By the way,
then
delete the app. Not delete. Do not click delete the account. No,
don't do
there.
that.
Do not do that because then you shut down your account. Just
Right.
get out of here and delete the app. Get rid of the app
Like
in your
on
phone.
the face. You know how you hold down the app? You hold it down and then it goes, it like starts moving on your phone. Okay. You delete it and then you go back to your app store. You
see?
reload it. Okay. Yeah. Reload it, put in your username, password, and then go back in and upload your contacts again. Lynn, you have a question, yes?
No, you do clear the caches though, right? And then you go
Yes.
back out and then go delete your app from your app.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go
Okay.
to
Clear the
settings
cache,
first.
get out of it, and then delete the app. Don't do delete account. That's different. You don't want to delete your account. Just go to the app, oops, and you click like here, you see, and then at the bottom it's gonna see delete the app, and then you delete it. But this is outside your account. Don't do it from inside because then you delete your account, but you don't want that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 3.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Hi, Sky.
Hi there. So I was trying to teach my